My name is Dana Sass. My son is Private First Class Andrew J. Sass. Andrew was my only child, and he was killed on June 21st, 2014 in an accident. I was working the medic truck at the Shelbyville station when I received a call from my brother asking me what I was doing. I thought it was kind of weird that my brother would call me because he knew I had to work, and he told me that I need to sit down because he had something to tell me. All I could hear was Andrew had been killed last night, and I don't remember a whole lot other than beating up what was ever in my way. An ambulance, a chair, screaming, not my son, not my son. Carelessness took over, and my son paid for it with his life. Andrew is my only child, and whether or not he was my only child, there was no way I could replace him. Accidents are preventable. Andrew was run over in his sleep. An accident that could have been prevented. He did everything he was supposed to do, and he was still killed by carelessness. Andrew was very proud of what he was doing. He was immensely proud that he could be serving his country. Andrew had a 4-year-old son at the time, William Andrew, named after him. And he looks just like his daddy. And if we all could see what Will could see through his eyes, it would be amazing. But kids don't grieve the way adults do. And Will told me that he knew his daddy was okay because he was in heaven with Jesus. All I could see was I didn't have my boy. I was hurting, and somebody ran him over in his sleep in the middle of a desert. He had his Army family around him, but he didn't have his family around. I never got to say goodbye. The last words my son said to me was, "Don't worry, Mom. I got this, and remember, I love you." Those are the only words I have left of my son. It's hard to be able to live with the fact that your son is gone, your only child. No new pictures, no phone calls, no text messages, no happy birthday, Mom, no Merry Christmas, Mom, no I'm coming to visit, Mom. You have gone through everything that you have saved, and there's nothing new. All you have are memories. That's all you have anymore. It's hard. This is a picture of my son just before he got his private first class. And very proud moment. He called everybody. He was very, very happy. We talked for a long time on the phone. This is now how I visit my son in a cemetery. No more hugs. No more advice given to your only son. There's nothing. The day that Andrew came home, made his last trip home, there's no feeling in the world that compares to your heart hitting your feet when you see your only child coming off a plane under a flag-covered casket. 82nd Airborne was there to escort him to the funeral home, and it was a full 24 hours before the family was allowed to see him due to the Army protocol. I remember seeing my son the next day when we could finally see him. Being in EMS can be a blessing, and for me in a lot of ways it has. But seeing my son in that casket and knowing the things I was looking at made it even worse for me. I knew, just by looking at my son, what had happened to him. I saw the extent of his injuries through his dress blues. I could tell. Nightmares happen. And if you just think, if you were the cause of the accident, you have to live with that for the rest of your life. There's no turning back. If you drop something on the floor or you look the wrong way and you hit somebody, that's all there is to it. You have to live with the fact that you maimed or killed somebody's mom, dad, brother, sister, or in my case, my only child. Safety has to be first. I would still have my son today if someone would have paid attention to what they were doing, if someone would have been navigating the right way. He did everything he was supposed to do. Everything, right down. I've read investigation reports, and my son did everything he was supposed to do, and yet my son was the one that was killed. He was run over in his sleep. It's imperative that this kind of unnecessary hurt comes to an end, because it destroys people's lives. It has almost destroyed mine. He should have never had to take his final sleep in his dress blues at the age of 23. My son was 23 when he was killed. 23. Every June 21st is a haunting day, because the day resonates with my brother's words of my son being killed. Every October 24th, which is Andrew's birthday, I send 23 white carnations to North Carolina so my daughter-in-law can put them on his grave, because the white carnation signifies that was the first flower that Andrew brought me home on kindergarten on Mother's Day. So I in turn now give him 23 white carnations on his birthday, because forever he will be 23 to me. I have memories, I have photographs. I even have a video of him playing with Will, my grandson, when he first started walking. And that's all I remember. That's all I will ever have again of his voice. One video. Because of somebody's carelessness. I cannot put into words what an accident can do to the loved ones that are remaining. It is a nightmare that always lasts. It does not go away. If someone would have been safe, just a little bit careful, my son would still be alive. My grandson would have his father. My daughter-in-law would have her husband.